Hey guys, so here I am on Tuesday morning, a damp morning in Kilcommon, and I'm going to do the Kilcommon Pilgrim Loop today. So it's about 9:40 in the morning, and I drove down from Ballinrobe this morning. I left at 7:15, so it took me 2 3/4 hours to get here. That's me driving super slowly, my new routine. And I'm outside this wonderful church and beautiful graveyard. And I'm going to switch the camera around so you can see. This is where I am. This is like probably the best maintained graveyard I've ever seen. And they have a lovely little prayer garden down here. Now, today's walk is a short walk. I think the Kilcommon Loop itself is only 7 kilometres. They say 2.5 hours. I don't know what they're doing for 2.5 hours on 7k, even if it is rough terrain. But there's an offshoot up the local mountain that you can do as well, and I'm going to do that. I'm using this guidebook, as you can see here, which is really well written, a really nice guidebook, really well written, and I've used that for the walks I've done so far, and this is where I found these pilgrim walks that I'm actually trying to do. So it's sort of exciting to get going. I'm going to have a cup of tea, maybe have a little bite to eat. I'm feeling a bit peckish. I baked some bread, pinhead oatmeal bread last night, so I have some with me in the van, and I'm going to have a quick little snack to fortify me before I head up the hills. So I'll talk to you when I'm en route. The first bit of the path is really nice. It's just going through sort of farmland, but sort of boggy farmland. There's lots of little bridges. It's all very nicely done. Clearly somebody's maintaining this really well. It's quite wet underfoot in the first part, but then quickly you come into this lovely forest area, lovely woodlands and forest. And it's lovely. I'm all geared up, I should say. I have my boots. You can see I've got my rain gear on. I'm wearing shorts, but I have my boots on, and I'm glad I had them on because it was very soggy at the beginning. So we see how it goes. It's really well waymarked. You can see it here. Everywhere you go, every 50 metres or so, there's another waymark. My 360. I go down here behind the trig point here on top of the cairn, on top of the mountain, so you can see where I am. And I gotta be honest and say, I don't know if it's the fact that I've been walking on the flat since I came back from the Camino with Ellie. There's 1 or 2 little climbs, but no big deal. And recently I've been doing 10k every other day along the Bowers walk, but again it's on the flat in my sneakers. So I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's I've lost my mountain legs. I don't know if it's the fact I'm wearing my boots. I don't know if the fact I was walking through an absolute bog. But I found that really hard. It said 2 kilometres return at the bottom of the hill. I thought that meant 1 up and 1 down. And you know, when you think you're going to get there and all of a sudden you realise you've as far to go again, it's sort of tough. Well, I should have gone to Specsavers. It didn't say 2k return. It said 2-hour return, experienced walkers. Well, that was an experience. So the sign down here saying temporary closure. And of course, I'm doing the walk a figure of 8. So I'm not following the route exactly. I'm doing it a little bit differently. And of course, I didn't see that. So I want to show you what I've just come down through. Can you see all this? I came down there through all these brambles and briars and holy cow, what a walk. I'll tell you something. This walk has been really interesting. And the scenery isn't spectacular. It's not like other walks, in Connemara or in Kerry or wherever, or in Mayo. But boy, it's an interesting walk. Right now I'm walking along a boreen. I've walked on forest paths, like hardcore paths, on forest trails, on open mountain, across bogland, and of course through loads of brambles. It's been a really interesting walk in terms of variety. I've really enjoyed it. The climb up the mountain was tough, but really, really interesting. Really enjoying it. So I'm done. I'm back down. As you can see here, Bolero's there waiting for me patiently, and I have my cup of tea, the all-important cup of tea. So, what do I think of the walk? My thoughts and what were the learnings? I did 13.5k in total. It's 3.5 hours and 400 meters of ascent. And I found it actually a tough walk. So, a couple of learnings. The first thing is you have to need your boots. If I'd gone in my trail shoes, even the Gore-Tex ones, it would have been a disaster. I'd have been soaked. It was really, really wet up the top. That's the first thing. Second learning is you have to follow the waymarks. I missed a waymark, went up doing a figure of 8, and then I added on the spur. But the problem was I tried to take a couple of shortcuts. So I'd be coming down a field along the fence, and I see it went down, over, and then up. I said, well, I'll just walk across the field. And of course, you walk across the field and then into the next one, then the next one. Then you realise you're surrounded by drains and streams. There's no way across. You have to walk the whole way back. So on the map there, you'll see it from All Trails. You see a few squiggly bits. That was me walking backwards and forwards with rushes and things up to here. It was actually a nightmare. So that was a big learning for me. I was really warm, but it was showery. So I kept the jacket on because I didn't want to get wet, particularly as it was windy up the top of the mountain. I was afraid if I got wet, I'd get a chill up there. So I wore the jacket. So I found it warm. I found the boots heavy and hard going, and my feet were a bit sore. I'm used to the trail shoes. So I find, I've just found the boots. It's different walking in boots. The other thing about different walking, I said to Ellie at one stage, I think on the Camino, the difference when you're walking on dry ground and wet ground, I mean, there is absolutely no comparison in terms of the time, in terms of how hard it is. It's a slog. That bit up the mountain and other bits of it were just a slog. The walk itself, I think, is lovely. As I said earlier, this is not the most beautiful part of the world, but it's such a varied trail. There's so many different types of surface to it and vistas and surroundings. It's really, really nice. And this town itself, clearly somebody's very proud of their town. This is a lovely little place, like really, really nice, beautiful picnic areas, lovely seating areas. They have a lovely community centre. You can see it there behind me. And clearly they like, somebody likes this place and takes care of it. The church looks lovely. I'd love to get inside and see some of these places, but everything seems to be closed up. But yeah, this is a walk. I'd recommend this walk. But follow the waymarks. Cheers, guys.